following program is brought to you in living color.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wake me up. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning. Doing that thing you do.
Breaking my heart to a million pieces, like you always do. Because every bad boy has a soft side. Just past the top of the hour at 15th. Yes, 15th. That's 1-5. That's 2 times 7 of March,
Already.
2021. It's Roy and Jimmy in the morning. We are live. I'm Roy Brewster. This stud right over here, with arms out wide, ready to give virtual hugs to everybody is.
Think I can reach around for everybody here. No, I don't want to reach around.
You can.
There we go. Here we go. There's the hug right there. I am Jimmy Shaw. It is Roy and Jimmy in the morning right here on YouTube Live. It is the 15th, the Ides of March, et tu, Brute, of the 2021s.
Wear my green a couple days early.
I see that. Come on. You like a good pinch, don't you?
I like a good.
Don't you?
I like good pinch. I like to be pinched.
Look at everybody in the chat room there. There's my sister, OG Donna. Good morning. There's Mamacita. Hey. Got to see Mamacita yesterday. You know why, Roy? One of them rare chances the Maine lobster truck was in Rancho Cucamonga yesterday.
Oh, was it? I've saw a lot of that. I see it when it's everywhere.
It's a moral imperative, and I believe it's the law that I had to go get my mom one. So we did a little late lunch lobster roll with Mamacita. Andrew Yurkish. Good morning, buddy. Art Emery. Good morning, Art. And look at that. I wish I had 1/10 of your energy. Well, I'll tell you what, this is a rare day.
Oh, it's rare.
It's a rare day that I've got this much energy. Well, you know, we do. We have that energy. We're energetic. That's why we're here in the morning.
It's morning.
It's
here time
in the morning.
To get up.
It's early. We had a time change. It's going to be raining today. In fact, Rancho Cucamonga has 48 degrees. Our high is only going to be 50 with scattered showers throughout the day.
I was a little unhappy last night because I was trying to build something in the driveway.
Did it start?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Well, it was first a little misty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what? No big deal. And then it started, and I'm looking around at the ground, and it's like, you get that asphalt smell when the rain's coming, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, oh, it's getting worse. And then I'm like, and then it was bigger drops. I went,
And here it is.
No. No. So I didn't get to finish my project.
Well, doggone it, Roy. What is wrong with you? You're like the mailman. You got to chug on through. Oh, Gesundheit.
Bullshit. I don't care if Gazoon is tight or not. Every time I hear Gazoon tight, I think a good zoo on the Flintstones.
Is that the Great Gazoo?
Yeah, the Great Gazoo. That's when the Flintstones jumped the shark.
Oh, come on, please. They all jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Fred and Wilma there.
Although if you can find a Gazoo episode, record it. And keep it for prosperity, because it probably won't be a few weeks till they find out that fucker's taken out of our childhood too. Just say
we all are.
I don't know. He's got a big head. People might be hurt.
I'll give you my take on that real quick. Is if that's the case, then we all need to be canceled.
What's that?
I said if that's the case, then my take on this for one shot on it is we all should be canceled. Then.
Oh my God.
Because we are bad people. Bad people. You know, we have a fun show today, though. We have the lovely and talented Nina Yasick joining us in the 8 o'clock hour. She is an actress, a performer, and the director of the upcoming movie we're in.
Yes, director type people.
That way we can kind of prove we're actually in a movie, all the bullshit we're talking.
Well, and here's the other thing of that.
Yes.
I'm a little worried.
About what? What is your concern, Mr. Roy? You're on the
If
phone.
she finds out who the real us is,
Yeah.
we might be in for some trouble.
You know what? At this point in the movie, it doesn't. I really don't care. Keep us or don't.
Should be calling Drew, going, "Hey, you know what these guys are really about? I mean, I'm a director. I understand how this shit works.
Yeah.
Do you realize I can't put together a sentence?"
Didn't have a thought. He's wearing a big old green shirt today. I mean, what the hell?
Right? But I don't know. Nina, actually, I enjoy Nina. That sounds weird.
Well, you know, Nina makes it seem like we're actually in a movie.
Yeah. 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 I like Nina a lot.
Look at it. Look at it. Switch it up here. I'm doing tea.
Oh, that's weird.
I haven't had coffee in a week.
Why?
The old stomach thing again. You know that a couple years ago I had that what they call a GERD situation.
Yeah.
Where I had to take it down to oatmeal and porridge and crackers and shit. And all of a sudden it's just like, you know, I knew that feeling was coming. You know, you have that thing once and then you got to get paranoid and you don't want to be a hypochondriac about it. But, you know, you're like, what was that? Who that? What was that?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, it crept up and hit me big time, dude. Oh, my God. I'm like, okay, well, so now I've dropped some pounds. I haven't had coffee, barely smoking. I'm like, okay, what do you... I hate being healthy. I hate it.
Dude. You know, you're eating old man food. Do you squash up your peas before you eat them?
I would like to now, yes. But, you know, I did have a cheat. I did cheat. I did have a lobster roll yesterday. I said, well, you know, if you're going to go out good.
Yeah, damn right you did.
Go out big. Tony Valdez, there we go. Good morning. Cloudy and 53 in, what is that?
C19 OC.
C19 OC. You were just in Tucson, too, you little traveler. I know it wasn't for the best trip in the world, but I wonder if he saw the snow that was in Tucson.
I'm a traveling man. I'm making
Tony Valdez, that man gets around.
All over the world.
Here we go. There's our Ohio weather update. Partly cloudy, high of 43. Rain expected. Look, we're all on an even plane, it seems.
I don't know why after I sang Traveling Man while trailers for sale,
You, sir, are the mashup guy.
rooms to rent 50 cents.
And so how's your week? What has the Roy the Master Brewster been up to?
Well, I don't know
Brewster
about
of
the
the
Master
Masters.
Brewster, but the Master Bader been busy. Ow. That reminds me of the toy, remember?
Bisbee.
Master Bates.
Yes. Flakes and Bisbee. Yes. I've been to Bisbee. Bisbee, Arizona. It's supposed to be kind of a old towny western town like Tombstone. That kind of era. It's been around that long. Very hilly. It's like that one spot in Arizona. It's super hilly. It's almost a San Francisco hilly thing in about a 3-city block. Yeah, it was interesting. A little history.
Yeah.
Little history there, Roy. I loved going to Tombstone.
Well,
Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, the Birdcage Theater. Oh, baby. Testosterone right there.
you know, you ever think about old Western days? And my big thing that hits me sometimes, maybe you got the thing, because you know how I am with stars. That one's probably got a stank on them.
Yeah.
You imagine how people used to stink back then?
Yeah, see, my whole thing is I see that era, Roy, and I think of hygiene.
Yeah.
Like right now, I may not feel the 100% cleanliness, but I have all of the modern technology to make that happen.
Right.
So if I feel a little, you know, uncomfortable in areas, I go take care of it.
Well,
Go check it out.
They would. That's really when they would do like Saturday was bath night. Right.
Bring your friends.
And then they would, and if Saturday's bath night, we're going to get all cleaned up and spruced up, and we're going to go over and get us a hooker at the saloon. Is pretty much how it went.
Yeah, the
and I
Brewster
think
House-
a couple different things.
The Brewster House has hot water. Everybody, come on.
Right. The one is I can't working like I do from home, seeing customers be, you know, this way and not being real physical, like cowboy out in the middle, no AC, right?
Please.
Riding a horse,
Right.
you know, getting some swamp butt, that kind of thing. If I went from Saturday to Saturday before I showered,
Brutal.
it would be a problem.
Right.
Now, put all those other in there. I'm riding a horse, digging ditches, shooting bad guys, drinking beers, banging Miss Kitty,
Rolling around.
and I don't get cleaned up.
Dirt.
Ew.
Well, back then that was probably a sign of virility.
Oh.
The more manly you were. If you were the uptight wearing the little ties, and I think the only ones who did that were morticians, where they're just a little more stuffy, but you come in from the plains, you've got 5 days on your horse from Colorado into Tombstone. Oh, look at that man. Look at that guy.
I mean, you ride through Brisbane and everyone's go, woo, I smelled it come through. That was people had some stank on them.
They went, that smelled like a man right there.
And did they have toothbrushes? I got to ask Dawn.
Don't ask Dawn. You just have them George Washington teeth where they just put, like a donkey tooth here.
Yeah.
One from a Chihuahua.
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like fun, guys, but I don't think so.
Imagine with the hookers in the saloon.
And look at Tony. I'm glad. Did you have to do that when you went through Bisbee? Turn in your guns, get your spurs, give you a cloth for your hygiene, and move along, sir. Move along, Valdez. Kid Valdez. What was it? What would be his gunslinger name? The Storm. Storms are coming.
Oh, I did see something that I know we were supposed to talk about our weekends right then, huh?
We talk about anything.
This weekend, what'd I do?
That's a lovely thing.
I went to, I had a gift card.
Yes.
For Sportsman's Warehouse that I didn't know what I wanted to buy.
What would you get these days, Roy?
I don't know.
And what does Sportsman's Warehouse specialize in? What do they have?
They're kind of like Bass Pro Shop.
Okay. All right.
More smaller here. I guess they have bigger stores elsewhere, but here they're pretty small.
So basically, Bass Pro Shop would be basically Bisbee with Axe Cologne.
Yeah, there you go.
Manly shit.
So they said, so I'm like, what do I want? And I decided for me,
for you,
it would be my because I had a cheaper pocket watch. Pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
Now I upgraded. It was like, like a $20 or $15. Just got to have it in your pocket. You never know when you're going to need it to whittle something.
Yeah, because whittling is a unheralded skill that people don't have anymore, right?
Either whittling or you got to shank a bitch. You don't know.
You got to cut a bitch, or you got to sit on the porch. What are you doing on the porch?
I decided I wanted myself a new Kershaw. Ooh,
baby!
Ready? With the spring action. Oh, it didn't spring.
Actually, felt the air.
Right. Oh, you couldn't see it because I didn't hold it up high enough. I'll hold it up higher.
Oh shit! Like I said, I virtually felt the air. The wind break right by my ear.
So I went down to Sportsman's Warehouse.
So you saw the card and you said, you know what I need? This is pocket knife day finally, baby.
Well, you know what? It wasn't. It took me a couple weeks to decide what I wanted to do with it. So I finally decided, yeah, that's all right. I was looking at fishing stuff and I was looking at some little things and I don't know what I wanted. And then I said, you know what? I want a good knife.
Right. Intimidating, if you will.
So I put, and you could put this, you can make it tip up or tip down in your pocket. You could adjust it either way,
That sounds like high school. Tip up, tip down. Just put your peachy folder in front.
Did that, went and picked up the wheels for the truck.
Yes, sir. And?
Like it.
Yeah.
Like it a lot.
Good ride, good look.
The ride got better. I don't have to hear Don go, Jesus criminy, every time I go in and out of a driveway.
With the old tires.
Yeah, especially if I do a little sideways. Sidewall's a little stiff on those. These were a little softer. Got rid of a little shimmy. Raised the truck just over an inch.
Manly.
And anytime you get an angry inch, you take it.
Oh, you have to. And you know what? You take that angry inch, Roy, with some turmeric tea. Here's to you, ladies.
Put that on. Picked up Don's car.
Finally, a full motorized home.
Yeah, picked it up. It's got to go back.
What'd they forget?
I found a little scratch. little dent. So I just got to go back. We got to figure that out.
And your truck is the Remedy.
No, we're going to remedy that coming
Okay.
up. I got a molding coming for it, so when that comes, we'll do that.
Gotcha.
And then what I was building last night is some patio furniture.
Because
Got tired of our old shit looking like crap.
there you go.
It really looked bad.
Man, you were just spilling over with manly stuff this week.
And that's how I built a table and 2 chairs.
Jesus Christ.
And then it was we got too wet and had to stuff everything in the garage. So now I have to build, let's see, 2, 4, 6. I got 4 more chairs to build. 2 of them are swivelies and an umbrella. It's one of those ones that go and then you crank down and put away. It's got solar lights in it at nighttime, so it lights up inside.
Now, are you using any plans for these furniture, or are you just eyeballing it? You're just, I can make a chair.
No, I did look at the plans real quick just to make sure, and went, yeah, you just bolt them together. So that's it.
Damn, Roy.
So, I got to think, why is it that furniture and all these manufacturers decide it necessary to use hex bolts or Allen bolts in everything?
I think for the layman who doesn't do this, the IKEA buyer, I believe it applies more torque, more contacts to, say, a screwdriver. What are you looking for? You saying there's no more Phillips head flatheads? Instead, there's these.
How about a hex head? How about a bolt head?
Well, yeah.
Right down. I mean, on the table that's what it used, and all the chairs they're all little.
Right. How many of those Allen wrenches do you have? From all
437,000
at least, yes. And then when you need one, you can't find it. But I've got a shit ton of those.
Yeah. So I got to finish that up. I got to get the wheels cleaned up so I could sell those.
Yes, sir.
I got to get
a deal on that stuff.
God, I got to get the boat over here.
You got to get the boat over here because you need to take the boat up to the what do you call that thing? A crank?
Yeah, I got to take it get it to the gantry.
The gantry. That's right.
Yeah.
Want to see my gantry?
I got 2 more planters to build.
Jesus.
Honestly, at the moment, I don't know why I'm even speaking to you. I should be outside working.
If you were on the clock, I believe this is a long, long lunch.
So, but this weekend, the 2 chairs I'm happy with. I had to rip down the old gazebo because it, broke in the wind.
The wind jacked that thing up.
So, and the dog, apparently, when I was taking out the old gazebo, it's got in each corner, it had 2 like redheads into the ground.
Right.
So when I took it off, they're all sticking up on the patio. So you got to break those off, so it's flat, and then cover it with a little whatever you're going to cover it with. Make sure there's no hole. Mm-hmm. So I go out there and I have my chisel. I have a chisel. It's got a big rubber handle on it. My set has punches and chisels. They have a rubber handle. You can hold it and then bow. So I'm out there working on one. I got them on the ground. I'm out there working on the one on the far corner. Mm-hmm. And I get up, fucking Gunner decides it's a little new chew toy.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. I look over there. He's got my chisel in his face, wagging his freaking head and tail.
He wanted to help you out.
Right. And
I get this in right here?
Just have it in his face. He wanted me to play with him. Well, I didn't realize since I was working on this part. Well, the whole time I was doing it, he was just chewing the end off of the sumbitch.
Just having a ball.
God.
Yeah, no shit, Blaney. I'm feeling pretty unworthy right now for my week.
Oh, and I did have a check engine light come on the truck.
Of course you did. So what'd you do? You pull that in, you put your little scanner up on there, and you fix that shit too, didn't you?
Well, Saturday I was gonna, and then Saturday on the way home from picking up the wheels.
Yeah.
Went off. Of course it did.
Yes.
So now it leaves you that, what was going on over there? So I'm going to have to see what's in memory because it did it last year about this time is crazy. It was a little later in the year because right before we went to PAL, boom, check engine light. Gotcha. Oh, I don't need this shit now. We're going to go 12 hours pulling a boat. And then it went off. No problems.
Right.
So I think it's how Jimmy used to get sick every year at the same time.
Yes,
I think I think that's my truck.
Gotcha. It's its own little hiccup right there.
Yeah. And, I got to go see a lot of duck people this week, so I don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to have to be bundling up doing some burning midnight hour stuff in the driveway and the garage, get this shit done.
And there you are whittling away at your new Adirondack chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Check engine light came on, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to soften that edge right here. Splinters, splinters.
Oh, and went over to Don's dad's house yesterday. He wasn't there.
There you go. Best time.
Yeah, it's not a loose gas cap. I don't have a gas cap, Art. It's a sealed system, no gas cap.
Yeah, our car's that way too.
Yeah, it's not a evap code. Well, it could be an evap code, but it's not because of a loose gas cap. So,
and that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you. So we went over there on the way home from patio stuff and pulled into. Oh, I did get to use the bed rails that Don bought me that I put on.
Right.
Got to use them a couple times.
There you go. Money well spent.
Really a fan. Like a big fan. Like, fan.
Yeah, if you don't ever have them, it's no big deal. Once you have it and then don't, you're just like the yellow truck we crashed about 10 years ago came with them, and I'm like, oh, this is fancy. And then the next one I got didn't have them, and immediately had to put them on. Yeah, just for that, a little extra step up.
Well, I got those. I got mine. You can't see. They're the ones that go on inside of the rail with the little slides. You go.
Oh, you're talking in the bed. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about steps. My bad. That's right. I saw that. My bad.
Oh, but I did put the steps on it a few weeks ago, right before a tree fell on it.
Right.
So, I did that. Oh, we went over there and I built a wood rack.
To carry all your
home when for all the wood we got outside.
If I see you at the corner selling chairs, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got oranges on one side, you got chairs across the street. That's you. Handmade, so now authentic Americana chairs.
So now on his porch is a firewood rack, like 8 feet long, or 6 feet. I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. And he didn't even know it's there. So he's got a whole bed full of wood that he picked up from here. He's had for a couple of weeks, and it's in his garage. And he's probably going to go, hey, when are we going to build that thing? I'm like, hey, it's on the porch. I did it like 3 weeks ago.
Gotcha.
Because he's got one of those, he didn't go in and out the front door. He does the side door. You had a house like that before,
Oh, yeah. No,
back door, side door.
Yeah, my first house, I never used that front door.
Yeah, we don't use the front door here very often either.
Yeah, in the garage.
Only when people come over.
Right.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. So then I built that little wood rack over there too.
Jesus,
I was a little busy this week.
I don't know about you guys, but man, not worthy at all.
So I'm gonna have to do that stuff. Do the weeknight things.
I had started doing walking around my little neighborhood here.
Oh, good boy.
helps with the air release, plus a little exercise. Jimmy need to get out. And then I ran across our buddy Blaine Humbles.
Yeah.
I was like, and then he texts us and says I look like a homeless person.
Yeah.
The thing is, my sweatpants on, a hoodie just like this, and a hat. And I'm like, why do I need to look good? I'm just walking.
Because you run into Blaine.
And run into fashionista Blaine as we found out last week.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you never know. You never know. So, yeah, button it up, people. Come on.
That's why I always have to have clean underwear. Never going to get run into.
Never not clean underwear.
Always clean chones.
Yeah, always. Always clean.
Atta boy. You got to have your standards.
Clean. Yeah, learned that one from my mama. Did you keep that clean underwear on, you son of a bitch?
What was it? Bill Cosby's old skit? Was that the one? They got clean underwear. What difference is it in an accident? They're not going to be clean anymore.
Exactly, yeah.
They ain't clean now. No one will know the difference.
They were clean when I started it.
I had a friend of mine, Randy Parr's first wife.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Arizona. She did what do you call that? Like volunteer at the hospital way back then. And she said, I want to know why when anyone's in an accident, like a big traumatic accident, and I'm sure there's a reason, but they would come into the emergency room and they would take their shirt off and they'd always cut their pants off right in the crotch.
Right.
Like with the scissors, lay that shit out there. What? You know, put your head out
Lay your
here.
shit out there.
Hello. Hey.
Tighten it up. I understand. In fact, you just caught me on one of those. F it. I'm gonna go out and walk.
Right.
Not thinking it's mid afternoon. Everyone should be at work. And son of a bitch, there was Blaine. I will tighten it up. We'll tighten it up there. Blaine.
You never know. Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah, Don gets me on that sometimes. I'll be like, that's good. You know, I'm pretty good. I'm clean. I mean, my clothes are clean. Everything's clean.
Ariana will get me while we're here doing nothing.
Yeah.
You wearing that? Yeah.
See, I get that too. And she's like, well, and I said, well, we're not going anywhere. She goes, well, you don't, for me, you won't just look presentable. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm presentable?
I already did presentable. I locked you in. Now scratch my butt. Get that scratch right back here.
E.
It's in the vows. You must scratch my butt now.
Ew.
I need to hook. You know, I wanted to talk about this, and I am not prepared to talk about this.
But I want you to talk. That's the best time to talk about it.
I wanted to talk about it, and then just before I say it, I realized I could be better prepped for it.
No. That's better. That's the beauty of Roy and Jimmy in the morning.
Yeah, but it's very audible. We picked up an Echo, an Amazon Echo.
Oh, I thought you meant hello.
And it never really wanted one. It's like But my brother-in-law found this deal where they're these smart plugs. You use a coupon code. They're normally like $25 for a set of 4. This coupon, you get them for like $8. So I'm like, well, that's a great deal. And then I just let it go.
What? Hold on a minute. What?
Okay, smart plugs.
Yeah.
Okay. There's like a 4-pack for a certain brand. And they go about $22, $25.
Right.
But with a coupon code from this lady on Facebook, she has a coupon code page apparently, that my brother-in-law posted. If you use that code, you can get them for $8 for a 4-pack.
All right.
And me, I'm going, wow, that is a great deal. I'm like, but for someone else.
Right.
If you're into that. I just let it go. I'm on my computer. I'm just doing my shit on a Sunday morning. Ariana's up about half hour. Did you see that deal? Getting 2 packs now. Are on their way. And an Echo. I'm like, all right. So I got about 4. And then I'm using the shit out of them because you never, you don't think about it till you got it. And then you're like, well, what can I do with it? And I'm like turning the lights on. I'm over at mom's yesterday. Turn the living room lights on. Boom. Home, they're on. It's like, okay, I can see the handiness of all this. But I've been having fun with Alexa. Alexa, play a fart.
Oh, those are so funny.
Oh my God. I went days. I'm fucking laughing on that.
Here's long, juicy.
Yes. Would you like to hear a long, juicy one?
Right. Oh my God. So funny.
Yeah, exactly. $8. By the time I used it, the coupon was only got it down to 11, but still we're talking over half price on these Alexas.
I remember it was Christmas last year. I think it was. Mm-hmm. Kylie ordered a what do you just say the Google one? Who just said it?
Their version, the Google Echo, Google's version of it.
Yeah.
I think it's called like Google Home, but yeah,
Google Home. That's it. She ordered a Google one where you signed up with a music app, and they give you a free one.
Okay.
And she signed up with the one, got a free one, and then after her 30-day trial was over, she got a free one. She canceled.
Sure.
And then everyone she knew was doing it. I think we've got one here somewhere. The Hey Google.
I like to just say Alexa. Yeah. Alexa, what's my type? I try to Alexa, shut off the living room light, shut off this one light. Alexa, what's the weather? Alexa, tell me a joke. And then I tried Alexa, flush the toilet. She didn't go that far.
What a bitch.
Yeah, that would be awesome, right? Just walk out. Alexa, flush that.
Yay.
I want full automation.
We have Roombas We're gonna have shit clean in the house soon.
We need
be
to
like the
flush.
Jetsons when that little Rosie, is that her name? Was her name, right?
Yeah.
Go around, Rosie, clean this shit up.
Rosie, flush that toilet.
Flush that toilet.
I mustn't. I can't. I can't bring myself to flushing that debris. That debris out of here.
I like it. I like it a lot. You know, I remembered since, let me see if I can find it, because it was I think to all of us, we need to start our day off right.
Damn it. Start the day off right.
I can't find it. I think it was me, you, and Sean. I sent it to. I thought I said something to us before, like, holy smoke. Where's it at? Again, this is where we talk about being, oh, you know what? I'm not looking at the right place. That's what, you think you do it. I'll find it at some point. And I don't know why you put the face out that was sad, and maybe because of the way the guy had to do it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Was that, why were you sad, Jimmy?
You know what? Let me look that up, because I know what you're talking about, and my reaction was, "Aw," because
and my reaction was not sad. My reaction was, "Holy shit!"
Did you feel like shit? Did you feel like a terrible person sending it?
No, I didn't. I found it.
I still liked it. Oh yes, the bather.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't with that.
Why were you sad? Were you sad?
Well, because it could be two ways.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's so the poverty is so extreme that's all they can do.
No, I don't think that's true.
You think he did it for pleasure?
No, I just think he didn't know the difference.
It's even worse.
I think he didn't know because, and this is what I think about. Oh, like here's what I'm thinking. Back in Death Valley days.
Bisbee, back to Bisbee, yeah.
Bisbee, they didn't do that. They just, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get more into the routines. Oh, you're pulling up. Here we go.
Right. I pulled it up already, and then I'll pull the next one. All right, here we go. So whenever it's really hot out and you really need to, get cleaned up and take a shower, you got nowhere to go. You've always got.
It's even got sound.
You got the cow peeing on you if you want to get cleaned up ever.
Oh, God.
Jimmy's face. What part of you think that's okay? Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's a bull. There's a bull. It's not like the bull looked over at the end, like.
Oh God!
Like, look at the very end when the bull looks over. Like, ready? Did I give you what you needed? That's what he did.
He's actually looking for a tip, like a bellboy concierge.
The show just gone too far. Goodbye. See you, Blaine. That's all it took.
That's all it took.
And then, you got the glory hole one over there. That one made me laugh.
That one's pretty good.
All right, I'll bring that one up because Blaine probably will come back after this one.
Glory hole right next to the settling.
Oh, dude, I thought that was you talking because it started to play over here.
Not me.
I thought it sounded like you're Thurston Howell.
Oh, geez.
It did, but it wasn't. It was this. We got to get all this out before Nina comes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, there we go. This one makes me laugh.
Oh, shit. There it is. A glory hole right next to the settling cracks and the door dings. This calls for your secret weapon. You break out the marshmallow case, but it's not shutting down that hole. The penises are still flying in. Hey there, I'm Bo Riles, Glory Hole Virtuoso. If you're trying to shut down operations on a glory hole, look no further than the liquid drywall. Just spray our whipped cream on there and bingo, bango, bongo vanishes in seconds. The portal to the dick dimension may be closed, but those cherished members who suck wieners will live on within you forever. Our shaving cream requires no extra tools, no mess, no repairmen. Fuck this repair guy in particular. Give me that wall, bitch. Let me show you how the liquid drywall works. It takes that wall and it puts it in a can. This is wall in a can, motherfucker. It doesn't get more simple than that. Then you spray it on the wall, and that wall leaves the can. Now that wall's on your wall. Gone are the days of playing with old Play-Doh.
It's got to be a better way.
Painting cake frosting on your walls. Martha, you clumsy slut, you've banged the table into the wall. But luckily, thanks to the liquid drywall, we don't have to sell the house anymore. Thanks to the fast and easy.
That's our new sponsor right there.
That's our new sponsor. And then the product placement on the last one. Product placement on the last one is this one here. I love that. Whoever placed the coupon on this
Brilliant.
is brilliant.
Brilliant.
So you don't know Thomas's, they're called pick-me-ups. And they put the coupon right in the middle. That right there, that dude deserves a freaking raise.
Well, that's selling it though.
What do you need? Need some pick-me-ups? Nah, we'll go down to the store and give me some fuck-me-ups. That'll take care.
Exactly, Blaine. If it worked that easy, I'm buying 5 cans right now.
Right? And yes, I do want to try it.
Oh yeah, you have to. I want to put a hole in the wall right now.
Yeah,
and try it.
Yeah,
because I quit using like plaster and all that. I went right to drywall compound now when I have to fill a hole or something like that. And I'll tell you what, it works like a champ. Like a champ.
Those little tricks that little tricks. Where'd you learn that trick? Did you do it on your own, or did you find a YouTube or a TikTok?
My own, because I figured, it dries quicker and it's easier to sand.
Okay.
And so, we're not talking big gaping holes.
Right.
We're talking here, but then I started using them on nail holes when I do like my baseboards and window trim.
Yeah.
Window molding. So it's just that little nail hole. And I'm like, why do I want to put plaster on there and have to chisel it basically to get it smooth? It's like a little drywall compound and dry super quick, sands so quickly, smoothly. It is my go-to. In fact, when I moved the electrical switch from the middle of the wall down to the bottom, that's when I did the old patch and did it the same way. Like a dream, baby.
Like it. I just thought of something. Blaine was leaving on peace stuff, and this is a guy that used to send us pictures of his logs.
Did you see this one? Looks like my arm.
Yeah.
We used to do the Monday morning mashups.
Yeah, and where did they go?
There haven't been a lot of quality ones out, even when we couldn't do them. But I found this cover. I don't know if I think you would dig it.
Well, we're on YouTube now, so we can play a little more of that shit.
We can actually enjoy these kind of things again, Roy. It's the art. He said he used it on the edge of shells. Hides the edge good. Yes, absolutely. There we go. Share audio. I like saying it out loud. It's like trying not to say your password when you type it in. All right,
I saw a guy on TikTok that made a floating shelf.
Right.
It was genius.
Oh, I know. I love TikTok for that stuff. I'm like, you're talking. Give me the information in a minute.
Right to it.
Screw these YouTube videos with 10 minutes of, one day I was sitting there while my father was dying of cancer and I lost an arm going, where's the purpose of life? And then I realized I can open a salt shaker by myself.
So this guy gets This guy gets the block, just a block, maybe whatever he wants to make it out of, maybe I don't know, 4x6, I don't know, just to make it the size you want the shelf. Doesn't matter.
Right.
And then you turn it on its side, the flat side, the part that's going against the wall. Mm-hmm. And he drills 4 holes in it.
Okay.
Pretty simple, right?
Get into it, yeah.
Okay. And then he puts it on a table saw and rips it about, depending on the size of the wood, it depends on how far you want to go back, rips it about so long. Okay. So now he's got a piece of wood with holes in it. You got another piece of wood, a little block with holes in it, and another piece of wood with holes going through it. Then he glues some dowels into the holes on the piece that are going against the wall, screws it on the wall, gets the other piece, done. Strong as shit.
Done deal.
Dude, I'm like, you know how easy that is?
Yeah. And you found that out in a minute or under.
Right. Now, the thing is, when you do it, you're going to have to be really careful when you rip it, you want to make sure your blade's sharp because you could always chip and that kind of stuff. But you do it most table saws, you can do it and then just clean up the ends a little bit. And then if you ever want to pull it off the wall to do whatever, you just pull it and the base is on there and you have it in your hand, clean it up, do whatever, boom, put it back up.
Yeah, nice. It's
Beautiful.
basically a reversed out cleat going on right there.
Beautiful. All right, Jimmy, let's see it.
All right, this here I ran across it is the Foo Fighters, and who doesn't enjoy Dave Grohl? What a lovable, regular kind of guy. Well, ran across an interview with him, and they covered. There was a Bee Gees documentary came out on HBO a couple months ago. It's really good too, and he saw it and said, "Well, we should cover this song." So I'm gonna play a little clip of the Bee Gees doing the Foo Fighters.
There you go.
Sofa Sessions.
I used to wear that. He actually has the Bee Gees beard and hair now. If you look at it. In it.
Yeah, you know what? I like it.
I enjoy it.
I had to listen to it for a little bit to see if I did because I didn't want to just like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm down.
Nice take on it. Something
Yeah.
different. It's like I told Art with his band, his speed metal band. Cover Barry Manilow in that genre. And Art would not be in Spring, Texas, packing his pud. He'd be rich, and I'd be the manager.
What is he doing in Spring, Texas?
Packing his pud, I believe.
Oh, okay. I was just checking to make
But
sure.
he's on the clock.
All right, I get it. I understand.
On the clock pud packing. It's not a lot of those jobs out there.
Okay.
Okay. But see, it was money. It was money right there.
No, I'm in. I did see Trucker Matt post a video that I don't know. Did you see the guy staying on the wrong side of the road too long?
Did not.
Did you see what he posted? No, we'll stop it.
Did not.
Because this is a song we need to find for you.
Moi?
Yeah, I could see you playing this on repeat over and over and over again.
Now, Art, we can still do this, buddy. String that guitar. All right, what do we got here, Roy?
Sorry, Cat was scratching on something.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Did I do the sound, I hope?
Yes.
Did you hear the sound?
Yes.
Okay.
Some bitch, you ain't considered bad. You know driving. If I had a gun, I'd shoot you, then I'd piss on your grave. Get in the right lane, get the fuck out of.
Yes. Sons of bitches.
Get in the right lane, you stupid son bitch.
Irritating.
I saw that and I went, Jimmy would play that on like repeat.
Want a bumper sticker.
And there was no one to the right.
I know. That's even the most irritating part.
There was no one on the right side.
And you're oblivious to the fact that you're supposed to be over here. You're supposed to be over here. You have no reason to be here. I like being in the fast lane and someone comes out of the middle lane into the fast lane for no reason. I understand you need to get around somebody, and if you use, and you know my rule, if you use your turn signal, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give you a little pass on that. So yeah, let's do this together, buddy. Me and you.
Yeah.
But when they just turn signal not come in, and there was no reason for them to go in that lane except to be just as slow. Man, I pick that steering wheel up and just frickin' throw it.
I want to hit somebody, like in the face.
Hit somebody super hard.
I want to hit him. I want to hit him in the face.
Right in the face. Punch him right in the dick. course, I would go with today's National Everything You Think Is Wrong Day.
Yeah.
Go right up in there.
I'm kind of not happy.
With what, Roy?
Well, because I missed a holiday last week that could have really helped me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What did we miss?
Oh, it could have helped me with the duck.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, I could have went to saw people and say, "Hey, did you know what this? You know, would have been nice for me to show up and say, "Hey, did you know that I knew that you know that I knew?"
It's one of those, yes.
But no, read
No.
it. Be a dumbass.
What'd you miss?
I missed it was Dental Assistants Day and Dental Assistants Week.
Man,
I could have went and
you're
saw
done.
all my clients who are dental people and said, "Look,
You're
happy
done.
Dental Assistants Day."
You're done. Pack it up, buddy. That
Yeah.
was your move. Good thing you started making furniture. Here's your fallback.
But I could go to all my plumbers this week because it's National Fix a Leak Week.
I thought it was crack week.
So,
Take a leak?
yeah, I think no, fix a leak.
Fix a leak. Gotcha.
Yeah, which the guy who was washing his hair in the bull piss wouldn't have been very happy with.
Well, he would definitely need plumbing. If that guy, if anybody needs National Plumber anything, it'd be 2 cows in a cup with this guy.
Oh, you know what? I never saw that video.
I saw the first few seconds of it.
Did you really?
Yes. No idea what it was. It was almost like a, you basically get Rickrolled when someone sends you a link. Here, dude, you got to check this out. It's hilarious. And you're looking at it like, huh? And then as soon as you go, you get just ready to unplug everything.
One of the funniest
Basically,
ones
you
I
grab the laptop and slam it down.
one of the funniest ones I ever saw was when David Liu showed it to his dad. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
That was one of the funniest videos I have ever seen.
Yes, that's right.
No. What? No. Hilarious.
Tell me it isn't so.
Ah, God, it was funny.
Tell me it isn't so. You know what we should do right now, Roy?
What?
We should take our break now because we got Nina coming in at 8.
We're going to take a 12-minute break?
No. We're talking like 8 minutes or so. But she
Well, I just
comes
want to
in
know. I'm
for-
going to take a nap.
Oh, I see. Well,
No,
how
I don't
long
need
do
a
you need,
nap.
Roy?
I'm wide awake, ready to go. Let's do this.
At a boy.
Yeah.
At a baby. Yeah, we'll take our break and we'll have Nina in at 8. And I think that would be just lovely. Well, hello.
Watch this. We're gonna have some music.
Because we can. That's the
How many
beauty
people
of-
we have watching now? Enough?
Oh, we're up to 3 or 4 right now.
Yeah.
But they're coming in. It's Roy and Jimmy in the morning. It is 7:49. We're coming back with our guest, Nina Yasick. Go walk around. Fart. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, do that before she comes.
Please.
Yeah.
I found a picture of you. Oh, what hijacked my world at night.
It's Roy and Jimmy in the morning, 7:55 on your specific time right there. Roy and Jimmy in the morning. You're still on mute, Roy.
I know I wasn't talking yet.
Look at you, Mr. Not Talk Over.
I was chewing breakfast.
Chewing breakfast.
I want to get all my chewing done before Nina gets here.
Yeah, because, mouth noises.
Let me see if 7:55. She's not coming yet. Hold on.
Cannonball. Cannonball. Chew that up, will you?
Can you hear the chew?
Oh, dude, we so can hear the chew. All 5 of us can hear the chew. National Shoe the World Day. And then my favorite, National Napping Day. The day after Daylight Savings Day. That is today.
Whatever. Just get up and quit bitching.
So you don't mind.
No, you know why I say that? Because it's True Confessions Day, and I confess that it drives me up a fucking wall.
What, the daylight savings or people's opinions on it?
Oh my God, everyone's just bitching about it all the time.
Well, we're not as sophisticated as you, Mr. Roy.
No, it's not sophisticated.
Yeah,
it's
bullshit.
just like, get up.
Bullshit. You think you're better than me? God.
Matter of fact, no.
No. No, I don't.
I just don't get the whole, it took an hour away. Now you still went to bed at 10. You got up at 7.
Now, see, I don't bitch because I lost an hour, gained an hour. I don't really care about that. That doesn't affect my life at all. It's just I'd rather it just be one thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And
why can't it be one thing?
oh, whoa. Jimmy,
Sir,
I recall
are we right there?
us all voting on that
Yes,
and it passed.
it did.
What happened?
Well, Roy, now that you mentioned that, now that you have mentioned that, is they we're allowed to, but it still has to be voted through Congress, and then it's got to be, you have to have a good reason. So us wanting it as a majority doesn't matter.
The reason is Mountain Time don't do it.
Now, like Arizona, they got a pass on it. They got an easy pass because of the heat. In the summertime, blah, blah, blah. They said, okay, fine. Hawaii got it. They don't do it because they're so close to the time change. You know what I mean? The what do you call it? The equator and all that bullshit.
Yeah, all that bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, the window is too small. They say. Why do it when we're not? Like for us, it's an hour or two of extra daylight or less daylight. Hawaii, they're at like 15 minutes, maybe, is how they put it. So yeah, we'll never get it. We'll never get it. Now, it was optional. And then somewhere in the 60s, they said, let's just make this for real.
Right.
And, so it may not be March 15th with all the time changes and everything since the 60s. It might be April 23rd. We never know.
No, because we have
this hour swapping.
No.
It might be even 2022 right now. It might be 1979 still. We don't know.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
I don't know.
As far as we know, this is not the deal.
I gotta tell you.
Please tell us.
No, I don't. I gotta tell shit. I ain't
wanna tell
saying
you
nothing. I won't talk about it. I just leave it alone.
Well, you would think that'd be the easiest move. Yes, leave it alone. Let us be. We got this.
But here's the other side of that.
What's the other side, Roy?
We're always talking about why we want to change the way things have always been.
Right.
And this is the way it's pretty much always been for us. Us growing up. So why we want to jack with that? So now we're kind of like saying, I don't want to change anything except for I want to change. See?
I just want to be that get off my yard, get off of my lawn guy. Get Roy his 1972 Ford Torino and just stay off of his yard. Get off his lawn.
I'll go over there and go over to the gang member's house. And
even without the tree, get off of his yard.
I don't know. I don't get it.
That's what Roy was saying when the tree came down. Get off of my yard. Does it say yard or lawn? Get off of my lawn.
Lawn.
I never saw the movie.
I think it's lawn. So you never saw Gran Torino?
No.
Oh wow, it's pretty good.
I got the gist of it, and I figured it's too far of seeing Jimmy in the future. Sometimes you don't want to see yourself in the future.
We were watching I think it was maybe a Geico commercial, which is ironic.
You tuned in a Geico commercial.
But it was ironic. We were talking about get off my yard, the tree off the thing.
Yeah.
They're at a barbecue and a tree falls down in a house and squashes the cars.
Right.
And I went,
oh.
I felt like saying, oh, we don't have farmers because they're like, dun, 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 dun. We covered it.
We covered it.
No. No, matter of fact, I gotta do a little bit of this work today. Turn in all the extra rental bills I received. Try to get some money back.
Yeah, absolutely. Cha-ching that thing.
Pay like $1,000 out of pocket almost for rentals.
Sons of bitches. Come on, you got rims you got to buy.
Son of a bitch. No, I'm not. You know how that's working. I'm not buying those. Kind of doing a take them, hanging on to it, selling, and then getting the money.
No, for sure. For sure.
Oh, and here's the deal. While I was over there,
Yes.
And it appears they won't work. But he said, he goes, you know what? Because he had the front end all done with gas charge shocks and the back shocks, and it was a Z71.
Right.
And he's like, you want the coilovers? I'll sell you the coilovers off the Z71 and the rear shocks for $200.
Jesus Christ, this guy has no idea what he has.
So I'm looking it up, and apparently it's like 2011 to 18. And then in 2019-20, it changed.
So you're in the window.
I got a 17. But I'm still digging into it, because if I put those, those Z71 coilovers and the shocks in the back, that'd be really nice.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
And, well, you sell those stock rims. For some reason, people think stock rims are gold.
Oh, yeah. They're crazy.
They're not.
I saw them as high as like $950.
Well, I did it on my one of my yellow trucks. I upgraded the rims and tires all the same. Pure takeoff. So I think it was like $700.
Yeah.
But, that's brand new tires, rims, the whole thing. Now you can't touch shit around here for like $1,100, $1,500. You're just like, come on, they're stock rims. Knock it off.
And then I wasn't sure I wanted to keep them. And they said, you know what? If you put them on, don't like them, just sell them.
Oh,
and,
shit.
you give us $500, what we said we wanted for them, whatever you won't get over that, just keep it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I couldn't do that. I'd be like, this is what I sold it from. You wanted, then we'll split the difference or something. I just couldn't just say keep the rest. I just didn't feel right about it. But then he comes over and goes, I got these Z71 coilovers and rear shocks. You want them? Maybe.
Yeah, so you don't find those people, right? And as much as you're trying to be the nice guy, you still can't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Well, and here's the reason that
Let's have it.
That we ended up with patio furniture.
Oh, now is this 6 degrees? We're into patio furniture? Okay.
Because we went over to pick up the wheels.
Right.
And then we sat in the backyard there for a while. And they got a badass backyard. It's not real big, but it's set up. It's got like a spa in it, but it's the one that's like 5 feet deep in one spot. It's pretty big.
Right,
It's got rocks and waterfalls. And it's just really beautiful, the backyard, the way it's set up.
Pimped up shit.
So they were putting together some heaters, stand-up heaters.
Mm-hmm.
You put in their backyard with the tubes in the middle that the fire goes in. Have you seen those? Like they do them at, what I mean?
They're like an outdoor fancy restaurant kind of
thing. Right. So they're putting those together, and we're like, well, what happened to your other heaters?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, what happens is sometimes the wind blows through, and it's got the pilot will blow out.
Right.
But it's the other one with the thing on the bottom, and the normal looking one without the fire in the middle. And we're like, wow. And they're like, well, you want them? You can come pick it up. Well, we already had the back full of tires. We already had the back of the truck full of tires. I couldn't do that.
Jesus.
So we got to go back and get it. So then when we're going to have a heater in the backyard, Don's like, we should probably get some furniture, which I agree with. And we ended up with furniture. So now that was the wheels might turn into coilovers.
And?
Turned into a heater. It turned into a patio set.
These are best friends for life you just met.
And I sent Julie a picture and of the back loaded up with all the patio shit.
Right.
I took a picture of it and just said, damn you.
I got a truck. I can use friends like that, Roy.
and her thing is she uses it for that's like her home office.
Right.
It doesn't rain here a lot. But she'll sit out there in the back patio with the, and that's where she works, is we work from home. And she writes back, it's cheaper than buying an office.
Well, there you go. The money.
That's where I sent it. There it is. I just sent that to her and said, damn you. Oh, that's stuff in the back.
Damn you. Well, you know what we have, Roy?
What do we have?
We have in the green room, the Roy and Jimmy in the morning green room.
The green room, is it green in there?
We have our guests. We can do the Roy and Jimmy green screen room. But welcome to the show, everybody. Nina Yasick.
Nina, what's up?
Hi guys, how are you?
Look at her with her pro setup right there.
Yeah, courtesy of Drew.
The man hooked you up. Good morning, Nina.
Good morning.
And how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're doing fine. You're a busy gal. So happy we got a nice little slice of you today.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I see, Roy, that we are matching in color.
I got the memo.
Yeah, the green memo.
The green memo from the green room you were just in. I got it. We're a little early. It's not St. Patrick's Day till Wednesday.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right. I get it.
St. Patrick's Week.
So, those that don't know, and we talked about it before, and we've talked about it all the way through the show. Nina is the director on the movie we're in, and we're love to have her here. She's like our favorite person. We're not a big fan of Drew at all.
Please.
He's probably every time I do this, I'm afraid he's going to listen and yell, but I don't care.
Last time we did this, he called you, and it was
did,
and it wasn't for this reason, but it was very coincidental because oh shit, we're out of the movie.
Yeah, I talk shit about Drew and just playing because I love you guys, but I was just playing with him, and all of a sudden, right almost after I got a phone call that says, "Call me back." I was like, "Oh shit!"
I do it now,
and I call him back, and of course, you call him back, he doesn't answer. Then he calls you back, and then he says, "I'm going to call you right back," and then he doesn't call you back. I'll call you at 2. No phone call. Next day, calls me. I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on?" "Oh, this is what I want to do." Okay, no problem.
4 days of sweating it out, going, "Oh shit," because he said, I think it was our last guest. He says, "Here's someone from the movie," and then 5 minutes for the show, don't talk about the movie. Like, oh, all right, Drew, we got this. So, anyways, Nina is proof, you guys.
Yes,
of all this movie talk we've been talking, that it's actually a thing. We're not just boasting and bragging. These aren't internet muscles. We're doing this shit. And Nina is our director, and it's nice to see you without being in downtown LA. And
having a mask on.
And doing all that fun stuff. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. See you guys do your thing.
We're doing that thing. We're doing that thing Monday and Tuesdays. 7 to 9. We're all pros on this, and we got our what is it? These schedules. So we're actually have call dates, I believe now, and tentative call date. I mean, this shit's getting real now. Very excited.
Whoa! When did we get that one?
You filled it in.
Oh, okay.
You did.
No, I thought there was an updated to say what was going on exactly when.
Oh, I see.
I thought that's what you meant. I went, oh, maybe I did piss off Drew.
We're off the call sheets now. Well, we told Nina we have our replacements would be Jeff Goldblum and Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
So when this movie goes big budget, we'll just be consultants now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum was great.
I like how you didn't like Paul Giamatti. Whatever. Gonna write Roy right out of this shit. So how did you get hooked up with the movie? I know you did. You were involved with I can never say it. Circus du Soleil. You did that years ago, or not that long ago, but I mean, you did that before. And then, how did you get in the directing side? Or what did you do with Circus du Soleil? What brought you to this path?
Yeah, so I have a background in performing first. I went into the traditional college route of performing, which is a mix of contemporary theater, Shakespeare, some musical theater. And then along the way, found this love for physical theater. And I actually ended up going to a school in Northern California called Del Arte International School of Physical Theater. And I studied clown, Commedia dell'arte, which is mask work, and pantomime, melodrama, just physical comedy, slapstick, all of that. And the kind of given of a route from that would be to go towards Cirque du Soleil. And that was my dream for a long time. And it happened very quickly right after art school, which was unexpected. And I actually, on a whim applied to this gig in casting, believe it or not. And it was a shorter term contract, and I got it. And I started there. And I, in between contracts with Cirque, would perform here and there in Vegas. But a lot of my background came from casting early on. And there's a kind of a a stipulation in the clown world, if you will, because I fell in love with Red Nose Clown and just the vulnerability and the honesty in that sort of comedy, laughing at your shortcomings, what makes you vulnerable to other people.
That's us.
And,
We do that. We got
you guys are your own clowns.
we know this one. Yes.
I love it. Yeah. And so there's a stipulation that, around the age of 35 is when you start to mature into like what a clown can be. Versus the Hollywood persona is around the age of 25, to 30, you're getting old. So it's backwards. And I found this neat little niche in learning so much about the industry and casting and working to hire all these different artists that the more and more I went through it, the more and more I thought, I think that directing is this path that I want to really take a knack at, and try. And that's how I ended up saying, I want to direct one day. And then the pandemic hit, long story short, and film was a medium that was still going. And I met Drew, started working with him more as a assistant director. Mm-hmm. And then he decided he wanted to pass the torch. So here we are.
Here we are. You know what's cool about, I think, what you said, I didn't realize how much they married together, because as a director, you have a vision of what something's going to be. Obviously, I mean, it's the story and you need to change it, make that happen. But it kind of relates a little bit to, you said, the mature clown and stuff, because you're figuring yourself out. So you're kind of figuring a story out the same way. So I could see how they're artistically kind of tied, how one led you to the other.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I was studying at Del Arte International, that school is very unique because you're creating your own work from scratch. I'm sure you guys are familiar with in comedy. And so you're working as an ensemble. That's a big thing about the school, is everything is done in ensemble. So you wear many, many hats. You're wearing a writer's hat, a director's hat, an actor's hat. And depending on what piece and what group that you just happen to be working with at the time, you'll pull to different strengths within the group. So it wasn't completely, I would say new to me to step into directing pieces anyway. But to just be the director on a feature film it's an amazing challenge. And I'm just excited that it's kind of come through, especially during this crazy time that we're
so
all
I love these kind of stories, because you start out doing one thing and then the other thing kind of comes in and all of a sudden you're a director, and so when you started, and I love when you said clown world, that made me laugh, but I'm not making fun of it. I just, people don't understand the intricacies involved in anything anybody does. So when you try to go in depth, like, the clown world, you're like, no shit, really? Okay. It really brings you in. But you see one thing and then it leads to another. Like me and Roy, we started doing the stand-up. All of a sudden we have a radio show, and that wasn't the goal. Let me start doing stand-up so I can have, so we can interview Nina March 15th, 2021. It's just that how that goal goes that way. We were extras in movies. What was it, Roy? God, 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
A friend of mine had a place where they're doing a location shoot, and they said, you want to be an extra? And we're like, sure, we'll do an extra. And you see all the behind the scenes stuff. And I figured I would be a dynamite assistant director, because the guy we had sucked, and I kept correcting him. It was awful. But then, so now when you watch the movies, you go, okay, there's no consistency there. That's out of place. They didn't cross at the right time. It gets fascinating when you get inside instead of in front of the camera. Sometimes it's even more fun to go behind it. And go, oh, okay, that's how okay, I can make that happen. That's how that works.
Are you enjoying that part of it so far? I mean, I know there's a lot involved that we don't see, that you have to deal with, and you get to deal with Drew too. I mean, there's that. But I mean, are you, Jimmy? I mean, are you enjoying that part? Is it a lot more than you expected? Is it less? There's different parts that you didn't think you would be involved in than you are, or what do you think? Is it something you want to do more of after Drew burns you out?
Yeah, I definitely think I want to do more of it, for sure. For me, I'm a storyteller. Like that's what I love to do. That's what I went to school for. and directing is its own form of storytelling, for sure. So what I love is that Drew said, okay, here's the script. And then I went, how much room do I have to play with this? And he said, go ahead. And I got to talk to him. I read his books. We sat down with the script and what he was trying to portray in the scenes. And as wearing a little director hat, I said, okay, well, if we're trying to tell this story this way, let's sit down, let's talk, and let's kind of chop it up script and see what we can do to really make that vision come across. Because I think sometimes that when you're writing from one perspective, it's harder to see the other characters' perspectives in the scene. And that's something since a young age that I always just was driven to, was how do you balance and tell everyone's story, even if it's coming from a certain character's perspective. So that's been such a joy for me. It's like I sit down and I get lost for hours just trying to give each character their due diligence and learning them, but creating this world for them that has all these dynamics and balances and pushes and pulls. And, I love that stuff. And that comes back, I think, to physical comedy, to that clown world of you have these two different dynamics of characters. If you're working like with the red and the white clown, and you're trying to figure out their personalities, you're trying to figure out how to put stakes in the situation, right, where their comedic beats are. And it's no different with the script, besides that it's not necessarily a comedy per se.
Right.
You're doing the same. You're telling a story and you're getting a visceral connection, but also hopefully sympathetic and an empathetic connection to the characters. And this story is no joke, as you guys know.
It is not. Well, you're, and plus you feel good because you're helping someone tell their story the way they want it to be seen or heard. It's like when me and Roy, we do stand up, and we do it together. So we're very familiar with what we do. And so Roy can help me with a bit and say, if you use this word instead of that word, you're going to have more of an impact, or less words to get to the point. And with comedy, you got to hit it. And I can see the same with you reading Drew's story, because I can understand him being buried in this thing, trying to say the story, and you've got everything to say. And you need somebody like you to get to the point. Let's get your point made. Now let's get how we get to that point. And, and entertaining, of course, at the same time.
Jimmy, we didn't even realize we're directors.
Oh, dude, we got this shit, man.
Nina, we're playing. We would not want to do what you're doing. No, we would not want to. I mean, it would be crazy. You could think about, to do what you do and try to pull it out and be involved. And I know parts of the script that we did on some calls that we know that you changed. I think we talked one time about how you changed a couple things, and it really made sense. And it's something that I may not have noticed, but you're viewing. The time we talked about, you were viewing from getting the story out, but also from a certain demographic watching and saying, okay, if this demographic watches, we want to make it enjoyable for everybody. So we're going to have to do this and move this and change this to make sure everyone can see it, to where half of the people are like, nah, I'm done. This guy, I don't want to watch it. So that's hard. And I just want to say early on in the interview we're talking to, Jimmy and I, we love you. And when you go to when you keep going up the ladder and doing big things, don't forget Roy and Jimmy in the morning, Monday and Tuesday, 7 to 9. But other than that, but you make it easy to work with. We've had to do some different things and shoots, and it's just, when it needs to be serious, it's serious, and you make it light. And we enjoy that because we're a bunch of goofs. I mean, we really are, but to kind of harness that is a lot of fun. And I think what you're doing is actually amazing, because things you have changed, I never would have noticed. But when someone has that talent to see that, it's pretty cool when you like, whoa, that's neat. So
I like that she has the talent not to cut us.
Yeah, that's what we like to.
That's my favorite part. Oh, no, you guys are still good. Oh, good. Yeah, forget that guy. We're okay. But no,
Yeah.
it's actually been fun. It's actually been fun. But you know what the key is, Nina, is the reply on the emails, the communication skills.
Oh yeah, can't forget to reply to those emails.
You have to. You have to. That is the most important part. Well, you also do. You're not only doing this. Like I texted you yesterday, and you were teaching. Plus, you're also in a role. You're also doing a role right now. It's something I stalked you. I had to find pictures of you, and I said, "Oh, hi." I feel bad when I stalk people, but I'm like, okay, here's the picture I found. She's like, "Oh, hell no, not this one." But you know, you're teaching, you're still acting, you're doing this all concurrently, and also putting the director's hat on. So you know, this little slice of the morning. I know, is the mornings not good for you with all the stuff you do?
It really depends. It's just getting in a cycle, because
Yeah.
if you're filming or whatnot, and you have 5, 6 a.m. call times, then you get used to it. So
Well, we finally roll. We're gonna be onto that. We're gonna be onto that
Yeah.
roll. We'll do those
Yeah,
12, 13 hour days.
So do you think that directing is, and it's hard to say end goal, like that's where you want to end up, or do you want to continue doing all the rest of it, or is a little bit of all? I mean, I know you can do both, but maybe when you were going through the School of Physical Theater, what was your idea then? Was it going to stop at one point, or did you have directing in your mind at that point, or is it something you found out that led you there, or is there another thing higher?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say that. So you got me a little tongue-tied. It's a hard question to answer because part of me is like, yes, I know. And the other part of me is like, every year something new gets thrown at me, in the industry. I love performing. That will always be the thing that got me here. I would love to keep continuing as a performer. I don't see myself ever dropping that aspect of it. I think the older that I get, the more that clown, it's in the back of my head, and it's, oh, you're maturing. It takes a long time, as I know you guys are, well versed in learning comedy.
Some may disagree with you, but some.
1 minute of comedy takes how many hundreds of hours to perfect, and that to me is just. It's it's one thing that gets us through life. So I don't ever see myself not being a performer in those regards, but absolutely directing, even when I was young, like a teenager, directing was something that was always in the back of my mind. And I would find moments when I was training and things like that. I'm like, should I direct instead? Where are your skill sets better? And finally, with the pandemic and making that transition with live performance being down into a directing role, it's kismet in a way. It feels like it fits. It makes sense. It's easy in my brain. It's easy, and then it's not at the same time because directing is not an easy job.
But your brain is fine with it. You're like, okay, it's a lot to do, but I can do this. I got this. Something
about it clicks. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, you spent 10 hours working today on a script and figuring out these storylines and shots and things like that. So to answer your question, I see myself going forward with it all.
Nice.
Of course. I mean, I could already, a little bit of me seems like, and this is not a bad thing at all, but you're that overachieving mentality to, I want it all. I want, and it's that, I don't mean that bad. I just mean there's everything I can touch that I can make better and express myself through. Why wouldn't I? Type of thing. And that's, I could definitely see that. When you're passionate about so many things, why would you limit yourself when you can express yourself in so many different ways? So yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, you get to be behind the camera, working all these aspects of a story. And then also sometimes you want to be in front of the camera, driving that story forward as a character. or on
Right.
stage.
But you can see that
really-
perspective too. That's probably why that's why you're enjoying the directing part, because you can see how you need it emulated, and you can step in front if you had to and go, here's how I need this done. Here's how we're trying to tell that story. And I'll take credit saying it's probably because me and Roy are such great cast members that you've made it very calm when we're doing our stuff. Even when we're under when we're under tight
Really well.
deadlines and trying to get all this shit done, it's just you do what we do. We're just like, hey, we'll make it happen. Just everyone take it easy. Here's what I need you to do, and you don't get tongue tied like Drew got me that one day. It's like, oh my God, we're done now. I got to go home.
That was one of my favorite parts.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah.
That
That
was
was my first day too.
Yes, it was your first day.
Sitting there like, oh man, poor Jimmy.
poor but there it is. That's that other side. It wasn't like, Jimmy, really? It was like, poor Jimmy. Just leave him alone. Let him go. He's all right. That was funny.
Let Jimmy go home. He's done now. He's done for the day.
I think anyone would have that response to his questions.
What do you a vision is kind of weird, I guess, to say, but what is your, not synopsis, but a whole idea of the movie that we're able to do with you? And is it coming along the way you want? Do you think that vision is coming through, or do you think there's a lot of changes you need to make still?
Yeah, that's you have like a couple hours.
Roy's got them questions today. He's
like
got
this, like that. We'll go as long as you want.
I'm over here going, do you like soup? Roy's over here, what is your vision?
I love it. I think, this story, you guys know, it's really unique because it's based off of Drew's life, right? He's written these 2 books, The Wheelhouse, and it tells a really intense and often difficult and dark story of things that he's been through. And if you read the books, and I recommend everyone do that, who's interested in the story, you get this intense perspective of Drew and the struggles and the hardships and the people in his life. And then when you read the script, it's a little different, right? Because we have these characters thrown in. Sometimes they're a combination of these other characters. They're not just based off of one person. They're maybe based off of a couple people. And when you're not reading like a memoir or a, autobiographic story of someone's life, but you're watching this that's somewhat factual, somewhat fictional play out, or there have been tweaks done to the actual storyline for legality purposes, for film purposes, then I think a big question arises is how do you take these characters that are coming from a perspective of, an autobiographical sense of one perspective and make them relatable to everyone? So for me right now, the vision that I'm working on is, one, telling his story accurately, truthfully, honestly. It's about Drew evolving through his life. He's making amends with the people in it. He's trying to figure out where he wants to go, who he wants to be. And also, without spoiling it too much, there's something that he's not sure if he's seeing, if it's really happening. You could say that it's spiritual in a sense, and he can't quite grasp what's going on to him, where these visions, if you want to say, are coming from. And that affects his relationship with everyone around him, especially the women in his life. So it's telling that story, but then it's also giving depth and levels and background to everyone else that's involved. Because
you also need to go through this and somehow make it also relatable to a lot of people, where they can say, oh yeah, I've been through that, or me too. 'Cause me and Roy, when we do our comedy, a lot of it is, you can't make up a lot of stuff. The more truthful you are, the more they go, yes, Exactly. Oh my! I can't stand when my wife does this. Everyone goes, "See, that's you." You know, you got to bring some reality into it. Not for everybody, but at least it has to have that perception of it being real, not a fantasy. Especially with Drew's story, I would assume, because when you first read it, you're just like, "Oh, come on, wow, okay." You know, I'm that guy. I'm the okay. Come on, knock that off. Whereas Roy's going, there's something here. So you need to find that balance between me and Roy and the audience, where they can have that relatable moments in these movies to really get into the story.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you bring up a good point, because at the end of the film, I want the audience to root for Drew. You may not agree with him and what he does, but you want to root for him, and you want to go, okay, this guy's been through a lot, and this is how he tried to figure it out. And also, really, the end goal as well from a directorial standpoint is we may not have ever gone through what Drew has gone through, or we may have in some aspects. When I say we, I mean certainly the cast, but the viewers, the audience. We want to relate to our most difficult moments to him. We want to sympathize. We want to empathize to him and go, wow, okay, this guy is going through this journey and he's growing. And I didn't like what he did there, or I totally agree with what he did there, but we're relating to him, and it's almost like a form of self-therapy when you watch something like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be you. You can say, oh, my sister-in-law is just like that. My brother did that. My best friend went through that. I remember this. Yeah.
It makes me like the story. Drew is kind of, and you guys will see, I think maybe kind of gruff, very to the point, opinionated. But on the other side, he makes himself very vulnerable, I think. So he is like wide open, very vulnerable to anything. And I think that's the part that attracts me to him in my mind. That's the way I see him, is being that vulnerable and throwing it out there that much makes me, no matter how else he acts, makes me attracted to him, in that sense, where I'm like, all right, let's hear more, because he's opened his heart to me. And that's what I see and what draws me to the character, or to Drew. It's not a character, it's actually him. But I think that's what does it to me, because you always know where you stand. But because he's that way, he's always wide open, and there's like not a guard up. So he leaves himself open to all that other stuff. And that to me is a big part of the story that I bought into early. And then knowing him, that's the way he is as well. So vulnerability is big to me, I think.
Well, I think also a key, especially for this movie, is we've known Drew a long time now, but Roy and Drew have a different relationship than me and Drew. Like, Drew calls Roy up anytime he wants to talk about either the movie or things, and me, it's like, we got a couple things we can like dial in on, but he knows that and I know that, and it doesn't affect us. You know what I mean? But like I said, Roy, they have their own dynamic, and I have my own dynamic, and that's how he wrote us in the script, which I think is just beautiful. It's like, yes, we got this. But I do need your help on something, Nina. Drew told us before you came on board, he told us for wardrobe, dress like a DJ, like a radio host. I'm wearing this right now, and this is our radio. So if you can give me some wardrobe tips, that would help us, because I'm not wearing that polo shirt shit again. I can't do that. So if you get your researchers on there and see what a radio guy looks like.
Wear these days.
Just, do I wear this hoodie or do I wear a different hoodie? It's that one is probably the toughest part of the whole movie.
Black should I wear?
Yeah, but don't wear white and don't wear a logo. I got that part. Yeah, it's just what's a radio DJ? That's the hardest part of this whole movie for me. I'm like,
Something
I don't know.
Something new.
Yeah, like
something not tattered. You're all right.
Not tattered, and put some stains on it because we're morning radio. Now we're back and have a cup of coffee with stains all over it. Just go for the whole look of it.
Hey, it would be authentic, right?
Right.
So I know we're in a lot of the movie, and this is something that came up during this conversation that I know it could take forever to get through, but I had no idea in the, as you said, clown world. There's a couple things you said. One was the red-nosed clown. So obviously there's more to everyone just sees a clown has a red nose. No, that's like a specific clown with a red nose. I heard you a white face, a black face. So there's so much more into this that people just don't see that really intrigues me. Is there something like quick you can share a little bit? Because I know we could probably go forever with someone that has your knowledge on it, but I think people look by that. They go to the circus or they go to somewhere and they see a clown with a red nose. Okay, honk, honk, that's it. But there's a lot of story behind that when it's done right.
Look at that picture I found. There's Clown Nina.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. How did those go? Is it just like the happy and the dark and the I mean, is there all those different personas that you have to find out who you are and become that, or do you play somebody else they want you to play?
It's a good question. I say red nose clown just to stipulate that a nose is worn in that sort of character. There are clown characters where maybe they're not wearing a nose or they have a dot of paint on their nose. But the way that I was introduced and approached to clown and how I see it is that the nose is its own mask. As if you're going back to Commedia dell'arte, you're wearing a mask yourself, whether half mask, full face mask. And so when I say red nose, I mean there's a literal nose being worn, but it's its own mask of the character. And then one terminology of clowning to stipulate between the two characters, the two dynamics in a duo, is the red clown and the white clown. And really it's the number one and the number two. So the one that's more dominant, who's the leader, who's gonna be the boss clown, and the other one is the one that's kind of a little off, it's the follower, it's the submissive, if you will. And what really makes those dynamics funny is not only when they play out and we relate to them, but when they swap dynamics in the middle of the act and they go back and forth. And the dominant clown is ordering the more submissive clown, okay, this is what you need to do, and that person's kind of messing things up. And then at one point the dynamic switches and all of a sudden the more submissive clown is banging the other clown over the head because they messed up, and that creates a laugh. So that's in a nutshell, a very small nutshell, brief overview. It really just plays into dynamics and personalities.
Do they kind of work like a straight man, funny man type dynamic? Or when you say one's a little more serious in charge, would he kind of be the straight man, like in a old type vaudeville act? I mean, he'd be the straight man and the funny guy's the one who's kind of the buffoon or whoever it is that gets joked on all the time. Is that kind of that? Or? Yeah,
I think that's where it came from for sure.
Okay. And then it's interesting because I didn't know they switched it ever. When you said through the act, they can go back and forth. I didn't know that happened. So it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can. And I think that's where the joke lies often is in that switch between them. And it really packs the punch for the audience. But when that happens, or if you're in, a trio and you're in a 1, a 2, and a 3, the 1's the more dominant, the 2's in the middle, and the 3 is just kind of out there.
Well, it's funny you said 3 because while you were describing that, I was just thinking all 3 Stooges right there.
Yeah.
You got Mo, you got Larry's the middle, you got Curly going way off. And then when they switch around, there's a few of their shows where they do a quick switch around where like Larry's the dominant one for just a quick moment. You're just like, whoa, you do notice that.
See, and I picked up all those, like, I go back to Martin and Lewis and how about even if you went male, female, you went Burns and Gracie and Abbott and Costello and all these people are the straight and the other. It's just kind of cool. I didn't know it was that involved. And I know it gets way deeper than that, but I really had never been aware of that. That's cool. Thank you. That's kind of neat to know.
But when you notice that switch now, it's like, oh yeah, that one time Larry was the guy instead of Mo. And you're like, okay, I got it. I got you, Nina. We got this.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
like, I love
like really cool.
She's always getting herself into something, and Ricky comes home, Lucy, what are you doing?
Yes, exactly.
a few times when they do kind of swap around to Ricky.
Yes.
And we laugh.
And then Ricky gets to be very submissive at that point. You're like, oh,
yeah.
Ooh, that dynamic changed way too much for me. Let me just go passive right now.
Yeah, the dynamic shifts
But that's one kind of neat thing that is by that you have, and probably brings to light maybe to a lot of other people listening, and even to me it did, is how deep you can go in acting, in comedy, in clown, and all the rest of them. That it's just like, I'm going to go be funny, or I'm going to go put on a nose, or I'm going to paint my face. Watch this. And it's so much deeper than that you need to understand the dynamic of everything everyone does, even to actors and directors, in your point, because you understand that, and you understand character, and you understand all those things, how to portray it. That's what makes you be the director that you are, and being able to handle a project like this, which probably isn't really easy with all the things going on in it. But because you have that insight, it makes you that much more stronger. And it's a pleasure to work with you. But now it's even a pleasure to learn more about you, to find out where it comes from. That's very cool.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to work with you too.
Well done, Roy. That was nice. I like that. This guy knows how to treat a guest. I'm telling you, right there.
You guys can have
I'll bake cookies
of some sort,
We should try that one time. Yeah, well,
we should have like one of the next time we see Drew, all three of us together, we should go into this deep mode and just throw him way off. We'll change the clown dynamic on him.
Yes.
Just totally agree with him. Don't cut any jokes. Yes, sir. Yeah, I totally agree. Yes, sir. Where do you want me to look? Right here? Okay, gotcha. Let's do this.
You know what would happen? He would drop a couple bombs on us, like exciting words that I won't go off, and he'd probably just go F ourselves or something and just knock it off. That's the way Drew is.
Well, we'll wait for Tales of the Wheelhouse, the Return of Khan, for that one. Well, Nina, it has been a blast talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. It's been lovely, and to see you guys do your thing.
This is what we do.
You on set.
This is what we do while we're waiting to be movie stars. This is it.
I love it.
Love it. Awesome. All right, Nina. So we will see you in a few weeks, right? April?
Yeah, April 1st, I believe.
There you go.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Excellent. All right, Nina. Thanks so much. Have a great week. We will see you soon.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Nina. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Excellent. Bye. All right. 8:44. Roy and Jimmy in the morning right here.
That was cool.
We are going to take our last break for the day. We're wrapping it up soon. Give us a call at 909
509
4063. It's Roy and Jimmy in the morning.
I didn't even know I remember that still.
I was wondering who could do it. All right. We're coming back. Moving on with the show. Roy and Jimmy in the morning, 8:47. The rain's coming down now, Roy.
Let me see.
Take a look. Quick weather report.
The rock is wet.
The rock is wet. That's your live weather update right here, Roy and Jimmy in the morning. Well, she was informative.
Yes, I love Nina.
I had no idea.
She brings validity or some, what am I looking for?
I think validity.
Credibility. I don't know. Whatever. Credibility to what we're doing. How's that?
You know, the bottom line is, Roy, it's proof we're in a goddamn movie.
Yeah, you guys need to listen.
See? We weren't messing around with you guys.
You knew us when.
You knew us when.
You like how I threw in the little, when you go do like big movies?
Yes.
Because this one's going to launch her into that. Don't forget us.
Don't forget us, because we'll be in like every movie now. We'll be like, her and Drew will be like Adam Sandler. We're going to be like the Rob Schneiders of every movie now.
I'll take it.
Little piece here. It's like, oh, that's the guy from the other movie. Let me try
it. Ready? You can do it. See, I can do anything you want me to.
Our launch from stardom. So thanks, Nina, for calling in and proving the point that we're in a friggin' movie.
Man, it was cool to learn about all she does and has done, and how she's trained. That is just really cool.
Yeah, like I said, the hats that all these people wear that we're not aware of. And here we go with our live update here with Tony the Storm Valdez, 54 degrees and raining in what Mask, Orange County? Tony, you're the best, buddy.
It's raining a lot right now because the ducks are coming out.
The ducks are coming out. It's duck season right there. Preview for tomorrow's show. We're going to have Sean and Donna with us. We're going to do a little expanded edition of the Celebrity Birthday Game. I don't think I'll double it up. That's going to be 3-4 hours. But we do some catch up. Tony,
more than 7?
A little more, maybe 2 more. I'll do 9. But Tony with Tony the Storm, his birthday being last week, he wanted to join in, but we couldn't go on the air Tuesday. So if he's still down, I'll see if we get a third wheel in there. You know how fun that was when we had Greg in there.
Yeah,
you and Sean brought that game up.
Yes, Tony. Yes. You do. That's a given.
Yes, we need to get some swag. We need to start giving away pizzas again.
Oh, yeah, we need a pizza sponsor.
Without the personnel.
That's too bad, too, because those were good pizzas.
They were good pizzas. Those were some damn pizzas. Of all of our radio career, Roy, the missing out on the pizzas really hits it hard.
And the ranch was delicious.
Oh, my God. Don't get me started. Can't even eat that right now. But I can look at it. In fact, when I had to tone it down, so I'm having like oatmeal in the morning, little cottage cheese, which is fine. See, basically, here's the deal. When you have those kind of ailments, the little stomach thing, you got to kind of take it easy a couple weeks. It's easy for me because you're eating single male studio apartment food. You can't afford a lot, so snacking on some saltines during the day, I got this. I've been there. Saltines and water, that was lunch a lot of times. So when you go back to that, so like Ariana, she's like, well, I don't want to have this and you watch me have this. I said, no, knock yourself out. I'll live vicariously through you knowing that I'm not going to feel that feeling if I ate what you're eating.
Wait, what's that thing you eat? That's what you're eating. Let me yell. Oh, guess not. Maybe I just talked. Yeah. Well,
I don't know what Roy's doing right there. Wait, there's a fan club? There should be. Who's going to be the president of our
That's what it sounded like.
What's that?
It was a brat diet. That's what you're on.
Yes, the brat diet. Yes. That's
bread,
the one.
rice, applesauce, and toast.
No
yes.
No. It can't be bread then. Bread and toast?
Yeah, no, it's...
Brat diet. Bananas.
Yes.
Bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. Jimmy's new diet.
Yes. I was on that before, and like I said, in the morning, I have my oatmeal and my banana.
He's gotten that GERD thing back again.
Had that GERD thing came back, gave me a little thing, but it's not as severe. It was just like I knew it was coming again. But, I was eating a lot of tomato saucy kind of stuff going, okay, this sounds good. Hey, look at there.
Oh, almost.
Look at Don with the morning bend over. Good morning.
With the morning what?
Bend over.
The morning bend over.
Oh, sorry. There was a check on the floor. I had to figure out what it was for.
I'll pick that up, too. It reminded me of Smokey and the Bandit. Nice ass.
Nice ass.
Did I really just bend my butt over in there?
Yes, you did.
Well, I got some new jeans.
Yes, the key is to act natural. Oh, look at her. She's just picking that thing up right there. So Roy has a question for you, Dawn.
Uh-oh.
We're talking about the old days of Bisbee and the Wild West.
Oh.
And Roy went to, I always see those movies and go, whoa, boy, the hygiene has got to be horrendous. And Roy goes, well, how'd they brush their teeth back in the day? How was tooth care going on?
Horsehair.
Horsehair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they actually put it in a piece of wood and made kind of in fact, one of my students did a couple of them did a presentation on the history of dentistry. And they got a hold of some, and they're like pieces of wood with horsehair stuck into them, and that's what they use.
There you go, Roy.
What did they use for the? I feel like I should be looking at it this way, but I'll get there. For the toothpaste, though, or was there toothpaste? They just used like water,
or just water, or something. Just water. See, someone back in the day had the brain power to go. We should probably put some bristles in here. Really getting those nooks and crannies.
Well, at one time, didn't they use bamboo or something? They scraped their teeth with?
And before the horsehair, they would take like a stick and just fray off the end of the stick and just rub it on their teeth to get the stuff off.
See, someone thought of that. That's the part of it. It's not really what they used. Is somebody thought about needing something.
Oh, well, they used to say that the decay in teeth was, they thought it was worms, like worms eating a piece of fruit or piece of meat or something.
That's motivation. That's motivation right there. Because I've had parts where, I've had a great steak dinner and I feel like I'm pulling half the steak out of one of my teeth.
Yeah, well, they dealt with that back then too. So
but if you told me, Jimmy, if you said, Jimmy, there might be a worm in your mouth, I'd be picking up a horse tail and really getting to town, whittling my Adirondack chairs, going, "Oh shit, I got to get that horse bristle."
Do you know who made like the first like crowns and restorative kind of stuff was jewelers? Working with gold.
Yes.
And they figured out how to make a crown on a tooth.
The original pimps, right there. We put a little gold inlay right there, buddy. Make you.
Oh my God, look at an inlay. Do you know the difference between an inlay and an onlay?
When I was younger, not getting laid, yes.
Okay, I'll leave it at that.
One is going all the way. The other one's a dry hump. Am I wrong?
You got it. That's exactly what I was asking. I'm going to leave that right there. All right, I got to get. Love you.
Get out of here. Tooth history. Today's tooth history with Dawn.
It got too educational.
We like educational. That's fine. So we need a fan club. Somebody needs to be president of our fan club. I think that's where we left off. We had Drew. Yeah. Wait, there's a fan club?
No, we can put one together. Actually, I don't think we have to. I think the president needs to figure that out. So
exactly. We need to take the heat off. It's like Drew hiring Nina. We need a Nina right now.
And we'll give you access admin to the page so you could, post your little shit.
Social media director is what we need.
So it's it's also fan club president / social director / media.
I like that. Look at that title. Look at the business card you guys are going to have right there.
Drew, Brat, beer, rum, appletini, and tequila. I don't think that'll help Jimmy today.
It sure does sound good, though.
Yeah.
Would that be all together, or do you just line that up, just, down the line? This one, that one, this one, and boom, 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 boom.
Oh, look, we got someone else now.
I think that should be Ari.
Oh, it's going to be Ari now. There you go.
She's got to give us our missed opportunities update.
Yeah, I don't have no time. Ari or Lisa Sloan would be cool too.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, she would.
So there's Bailey looking around.
What's up, baby? And let's not forget Chunky Butt.
Yeah, Chunky Butt's in trouble.
Oh, boy. Always. Look at that. 8:56. We're going to wrap it up with Roy and Jimmy in the morning. Thank you, Nina Yasick, for tuning in. You guys, thanks for listening, watching. We're back tomorrow morning with Sean and Donna. Celebrity birthdays. Roy and Jimmy. All kinds of fun.
Thanks again. Yep, to Nina. And I sent her a message. Thank you. She said it was a pleasure. She had a blast.
A pleasure.
Yeah. She said we have great radio voices. She's totally jealous. Hey.
Somebody hire us. Let's do this. Let's do this.
This is a director, someone who's trained.
Is this thing on?
Yo.
And Tony, if you want to be on the celebrity birthday games, I'll send you the link. Let me know. We'll get you hooked up. And everyone have a great morning. It's raining in Southern California. Be careful.
See y'all. Have an awesome day. Thanks for listening. Tomorrow. Hit him, baby.